It's never been fun to think about the reasons why you might need a life insurance policy, but that doesn't mean it's something that should be avoided. For more, let's welcome in Ross Mack, who is the Yahoo Finance contributor, joining us here to talk all things life insurance today. Where do people need to start when they're going through the mental process of this?
Yeah, it's obviously a huge burden to think about, we're going to pass away, right? The one thing that's actually definite in this lifetime is that we're all going to pass away at some time. And the worst thing we could do is leave our dependents, to leave our loved ones both grieving as well as financially burdened. And for that very reason, we need life insurance. And you got to understand what it is. It is supposed to actually replace your income. And so you got to understand, when it's all said and done, it costs about $8,000 just to pass away, right? Like it costs your final cost, in order for your body to go to the coroner, to have a funeral, et cetera. It's roughly like the median cost is roughly $8,000. And so when you're thinking about life insurance, it's a few things you want to say. Okay, one, I want to leave my dependents with some money that is going to replace my income. And so, why do I need to do that? Well, one, that might actually help them pay off the remaining balance on my mortgage. That's also going to hopefully give them some type of financial footing that doesn't allow them to, like I say, continue to be grieving, but also be financially burdened and having other stresses in their life.
Certainly. And so as we're taking a look at some of these reasons here on the screen, if we can just toss that back up real quick, because you were just running through some of these, it also hits on the wealth transfer and estate planning. Let's just touch on that once again here real quick.
Yeah. So when it's all said and done, right, when it comes to estate planning, one component of it is to have life insurance, right? And you have to understand, if you were to die without a will, unfortunately, your money's all of your assets are gonna go to probate. And from there, that could potentially be costly. So when we're talking estate planning, life insurance is a big component, and that now allows, your wealth to actually transfer based on all of your wishes, right? Say you got 3 kids, you get, a niece, a mom, you have the ability to divvy that up based on what you actually want. And then when it comes to saying exactly how much you need, I always find that to be a big one, right? Because the average person feels as though, oh, I work, I have life insurance at my job.
Right, through your employer.
That should be enough, right? That should be sufficient. Well, the reality is that's actually not enough, right? The average job, it's called group life insurance. You're going to get roughly 1 to 2 times your salary. So if you think about that, right, if you were to pass away and you get a lump sum, say you make $100,000, well, guess what? Your family is only used to having that $100,000 for 1 year. The idea is that you want to have roughly 10 to 12 times your annual salary. So when you're thinking about exactly how much life insurance you need, understand that what you get from your employer is not enough. You need to say, okay, if I make $100,000, I need to have a life insurance policy at a minimum of $1 million up to maybe $1.2 million. And the idea there is this, right? You get that death benefit. Now your family has the ability to take that and invest that. Now, if you're investing, call it $1 million, you maybe call it a safe 7%, tax-free after taxes or something. Now your family's able to actually replace your income. And then you could actually reconfigure that thinking, okay, say I have 2, 3 kids and they're young of age or not of age. Well, maybe another expense to think about is sending them to college. So you might actually want to have more. But if there's one thing a person's looking at this right now, understand that what you get at your job is not enough. And so one of the things you want to think about is, okay, what other, life insurance could I get to actually supplement that?
That's a great reminder, and a reminder that I need to go complete my physical for my life insurance policy here. So I appreciate that. Thanks so much.
That is a good one. Oh, Hakeem, guess who's in the building? Shout out to Mimi's in the building. She was going, she really, don't, Hakeem, you better not start crying. You start crying, I'm leaving.
Listen. Pretty brown, driving me round.
Hey, no, Jordan, I didn't know it was actually a song. I thought Hakeem made it all, but it's
Yeah,
actually a song.
yeah.
I was like, Hakeem, where you got that from?
Yeah,
And that's
the
why I
road
started seeing it
is-
girls off timeline and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on and do the rodeo.
Yeah.
Or you do the
Come
R.
on.
Kelly, or R. Kelly too. One of those two.
Yeah, me
No,
neither.
but happy Monday, great to see you, Mimi, great to see you. But but Jordan, back to the life insurance, cause this one is actually a good one. I'm not gonna lie, this is a good
We
Yeah.
gotta hammer this
Yeah,
in.
and this is a talk about it. This is important because this right here can help with financial stress when you come to something you need to pay bills of, and but go ahead, Hakeem, man. What's your take on it?
So I've had positive and negative experience of this. I've had a lot of people die around me. When I tell you the worst thing to do is not have no money to get buried. I had a homeboy named Lalo. Me and him was together one night. We jugged beers. The next night he died on me.
Really?
The next night he
Wow.
died on me. Here's the thing. Then they put the GoFundMe up. The body sat there for about 2 weeks in the morgue. So us in the projects is hustling up, trying to get the money up. Now, mind you, he worked, he had a job, and he had a kid. No money saved, no nothing. The next day I went and got life insurance.
Good.
So it's important to do that because them cries is heavy. You know what I mean? God bless the dead. My aunt died. She had life insurance.
Amen. That's good.
You know what I mean? But not only she had life insurance, she had property. She had property back home. So what you do in the living is going to reflect in death.
Mm.
Remember what I
Preach.
tell you. What you do in the living is going to reflect in death. Now, mind you, a lot of people think this is expensive. No, you need to get life insurance when you're still young and healthy, because you never know when you're going to get sick. You never know when you're going to, or you never know when you're going to get disabled. That might lead to that. That's another thing. Get disabled insurance, AFLAC. You know what I mean? You might get hurt on the job. How you going to replace your income? You know what I mean?
Preach.
So I've been having life insurance outside of that. And when I started, it was only $25. Now that it's been 10 years since I've been paying it, it's only went up 10%. So I only pay $35 a month now for $100,000.
Man, I
So,
can't. You speak fast, bro.
and the last thing I'm going to pass this out. There's 2 points of passing wealth here in America. One is life insurance and the other one is houses. When everybody start talking about generational wealth, life insurance and houses. When you die, when you have life insurance and property, that's generational wealth that's passed on. You know what I mean?
I can't. I feel like I'm in church, bro. You just been, bro.
Oh,
You've been doing your homework, big
oh,
dog.
listen, I've sold life insurance. I used to work for Prime America. So this ain't, I could do a whole spew on whole life, term insurance, annuities, what's better. So this is something like, we be with the shits over here. But we talking about seriousness now. We talking about
What?
serious.
I'm proud of you. No,
Yeah.
I'm actually proud of you. Shout out to Gaia, hey Gaia, great to see you. She's also in the building,
Hey,
and also the Diary of an Angry
angry.
Mixed Man is in the building.
That's my brother. That's my brother. That's my half brother. That's my
I
half
just like
brother.
the fact. I like the fact it's a diary.
Yeah, that I remember that. Listen,
Angry
he
Mixed
came out lighter, I came out darker. That's how genetics work. We both mix. One is dark, the other one light. Let's go.
No, but everything Hakeem stated is 100% fact. And this is the one thing that always plagued the black community.
Community.
We do not prepare ourselves for death. We wait to the last minute, and then now we're doing the GoFundMe, and it's not right for our family to suffer while they're grieving. You want to make sure while they're grieving also in peace, that everything's gonna be paid off. You don't have to worry about where they're gonna bury you, where are they gonna take you, like Hakeem stated, are they gonna leave you in the morgue for another 2 weeks? But they're able to take you out, make sure you have a nice proper burial. My dad, after my mom passed, my dad made sure she had life insurance, and he made sure everything was taken care
Very
of.
well. Yeah.
And everybody, Hakeem, even my mom relative, they were so ecstatic. They didn't know that my dad was able to prepare for that. That he was very smart enough to make sure he had life insurance. He had life insurance for all of us, so he know like if anything ever happened, we will all be okay. And for me, I peeped game during the pandemic. I saw what was going on within the world. I had to make sure my family's going to be safe. Hakeem, I have two. I have one with my employers, and I have one outside my employers. Like
Basically,
Hakeem stated, it's better to get it while you're young because it's cheaper
it's
than when you
cheaper.
get it when you're older. When you're older, you spend about $200 to $300, but when you're young, you only spend about $30. Especially
Basically.
with your employers, sometimes they only take out $5 out of your check, and you
Right.
getting like a half a meal.
Yeah.
So
And
if that's something, go ahead, Hakeem.
no, you're right. Brother, God bless the dead. Your cousin that recently just passed, the police officer. You
Yes, sir.
taught that he didn't have life insurance, did he?
No.
That's the hurtful thing about that. We losing somebody, it get even hurt the aftermath. People need to think about it. We lose somebody, but it hurts even more in the aftermath when you have to pick up the pieces. Ain't no money there. And you could have said the price of a latte, the price of a latte a month can make sure your family will be straight for generations.
Yeah. But that's the price because remember we in the black community we are afraid of death,
Yeah.
which is very interesting because we heavy in church.
Oh,
We know there's life after death. Why not prepare to get ready for the life after death? But it's just something we just know. Cause I think we especially because black people are very spiritual, so we think when we
yeah.
prepare for death, that means something bad is gonna happen. Wait a minute, peace of my mind.
Peace of mind. Hey, peace of mind here. Do me a favor. Do something to make me feel good.
And I know, but shout out to Genesis at the dark. I know she had a stressful weekend. Shout out to her for being here. Genesis, great to see you. Great to see you. But and I know, shout out to Nightish, man.
Nightish.
Nightish killed
Nightish.
it last night. Nightish was
Hey,
killing it
Nightish,
last night.
Nightish, you was going in. Hey, listen.
I was making money last night, all morning.
Nightish, I fell asleep on the Cash App button. I was trying to send you some money.
He was making some money.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, my prayers go out for Genesis. He had a rough weekend. So Genesis, I know sometimes good to just
Yeah.
detox and then come right back at it. But yo, for the black community, guys, make sure y'all prepare yourself.
For life insurance.
Well, for life after death, you have
Life
to.
after
So you
death.
make sure your family is doing okay after you're gone into your next life. For those that believe there's a next life, but for those that don't, still make sure you prepare yourself. You do not want your family to suffer. To me that's the baddest thing to do, to let your family suffer in a time of grief. That is the worst thing. But like
Yeah.
Akeem stated, property, life insurance. Let's
Insurance.
get the generational wealth going.
Well,
Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, man, I agree with you 1,000%. You know, I have life insurance. I have, you know, my wife is in it and my daughter's in it for sure and everything. And the thing is, it's like, you know, it's so important to have life insurance because, like I said, tomorrow is not promised for any of us. You know, it's not just when you get old. It's just about just you having an endure because you don't know what's going to happen the next day. We are not promised. It's very, very important to have life insurance. You know, usually, you know, if you work for an employer, they usually have life insurance, and like I say, and you can pay a dollar, $1.50, $2. You know, depends on how much money you want and everything. For me, I want the premium. So you know, if my family's good, they're gonna get at least 300K and everything. My wife and my daughter and everything is very, very important. Also, I want to say this too. Also, there's an insurance called burial insurance too. And usually, we want burial insurance. You know, it's usually if you're a very, very critical illness, if you have like a heart attack, if you don't, and you know your days is past, or you have some type of cancer and everything, burial insurance is also is good as well. You know, I think you can pay between 25. It depends on what policy you get, between $25 to $75 a month and everything, and you get like between 10 to 30K out once you pass away and everything to cover you know, and that just to cover you know all the funeral everything that belongs to the funeral and everything. So if you have that, then you have your life insurance, you know, for your kids and you know family. You could be take care of that and everything. So I just want to point that out. You know, there's life insurance and also there's burial insurance. And burial insurance is like I said, you got a critical illness and you know you're about to pass, and then you pay you know a certain amount a month and everything, and that just covers the funeral arrangements and everything. So I want to put that out there too because a lot of people don't know about burial insurance as well. But yeah, life insurance, you know, is very, very important to pass. You know, to me, it's passing on to generation to generation. So, you know, so your family, like I said, your children's, you know, they won't be struggling, you know, when it comes to, you know, bills, house, anything, you know, you'll have the money to do what you need to do, and plus more, you know, to build financial freedom for yourself. So yeah, like this topic that we're doing about life insurance was very, very important.
Man, very well said. I don't know, Hakeem or Jordan. Do you have any final say before we move on from this topic here of life
um,
insurance?
um, it's not too hard to go get you some life insurance. They're everywhere. You could, if you have a financial advisor, if you have a brokerage account, somebody can recommend that to you and stuff like that. So that's basically.
And yeah, just go on Google, type in life insurance, and look at different policies to see what works best for you. You know, I mean, like I said, you can have your employer, but it's also what Ron did. It's also important to having something outside your insurance too. So, you know, you'll definitely, and your family will definitely be okay. But yeah, life insurance is very, very important.